So there was this unbelievable study done on a woman in Germany who at the age of 20 got into a serious car accident. And as a result of that incident, she suffered a traumatic brain injury and psychogenic blindness. Now for 15 years, this was just her life and she was just blind. But what nobody knew around her was that she also had dissociative identity disorder. So she had 10 different personalities, or alters, sharing one body, each with their own name, own memories and own sense of self. So after those 15 years, she started therapy. And 4 years into the therapy, when they were uncovering buried trauma, something unimaginable happened. One of her alters, which was a teenage boy, stood up, grabbed the magazine, and started reading it. I kid you not, he could see again. Now what is so interesting is that over the months, more of her alters started regaining their sight again. But other alters would still remain blind. So when her blind alters would come up, she could see absolutely nothing. And then when another alter that regained the sight again came up, she could see. Now obviously a lot of scientists are still very skeptical of dissociative identity disorder. So what they did is they hooked her brain up to an EEG, which is a brain scan, and they measured her activity within her brain. And what they saw was that when a blind alter would come up, the activity in her visual cortex would completely disappear. But when an alter with sight would come up, her activity within the visual cortex would go completely to normal again. Now, this is not something that you can just fake. They actually proved dissociative identity disorder. But I even want to go further with this, because there is this great philosopher called Bernardo Kastrup who uses this for his entire framework. And his position, called analytic idealism, proposes that the entire universe is not physical, but rather it is mental, proposing that the universe is just one infinite field of consciousness, or one infinite field of one large mind. And what he says is that similar to dissociative identity disorder, this humongous infinite mind splits itself up into different alters. You, me, your neighbor, your family. And in the same way as for dissociative identity disorder, even though they all share one mind, each alter doesn't have access to the other alters. Now, I'm not saying that the universe has a disorder, but what if the universe in a similar way is one infinite connected mind that is splitting itself up into all of these different alters, but it is forgetting that it is doing that? Let me know what you think in the comments.